So I'm going to ask you if you would please give a warm round of applause to Ira Sinclair Jr.
Hi, my name is Ira Sinclair. Grew up in the city here. I've been through challenges growing up. I've been through some challenges in the city growing up. Before I came to the Lord, my grandpa passed away. The way I saw it was, when he passed, I wanted to just live how my life was, just live my way and listen to nobody. Going out there, living my life the way I wanted to live it, not listening to anybody. My grandpa raised me up, and so it took really hard on me on things after I found out that he died. Because I grew up in a Christian home and not knowing like the Lord, like I believe, but there was still that unbelief I had and why I was doing wrong. I started doing drugs and all that. People were influencing me to do all these drugs. And I started to get introduced to dealing, and people were using me because of my height and wanting me to do this stuff with them. And because when I saw people doing it, they made that right look wrong, made that wrong look right, because everyone was doing it around me. Then after all that, I started to get introduced to gang members. People wanted me to join, but I kept staying away. People were trying to influence me to things like that. And there was also people with me helping me not to go into that either. People were there to help me say no, because they were trying to make me something be that I wasn't wanting to be. Trying to make me turn to the person I'm not. Because of people making that wrong look right. From all that, I started to go into all that and start being that person, because everyone what they wanted to see and what they liked. I started to be that person slowly, and I know it wasn't me, because I'm just like this guy that everyone thinks is like mean and everything, but really I'm like I'm just really this shy guy, eh? Like, that cared for people. At first, they're trying to make me fall into their way, into their way to help them because of my height, into their drug habits, and taking me places with them to make deals for me to protect them. And all that they helped me prepare myself. I started lifting. They bought me stuff like these brass knuckles and all that. Tom, I carried all this around. And like stuff. Just like this, he would notice it on me because I had them safely placed on me. So when I was ready, when something happened, but nothing ever happened because people were too afraid of the height. How I looked made me turn to think like a beast that I wasn't. And slowly, I started to slip away from all that. I started to hide myself, go into a self-imprisoned person. There was that fear of not knowing what was going to happen. Even like I walked around with this shirt, not knowing it was like a gang shirt, and I walked around. I got stopped by cops and all that, thinking that I was in a gang. I just told them I'm not, but they all lied and gave me that evil look and kept an eye on me. It was like, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. But I slowly slipped away from all that, hid myself. Like those games, I started to use that in my life. Keep myself away from these things. And I would swear at first when I played, not knowing, I was too blind from all that. Tell me like, just quit swearing, I'll be like, what? And they'll tell me that I've been swearing a lot and cursing towards the TV and all that from everything, but not knowing I was really doing that. From all of that, when I came to the Lord, He called me in a hotel. Long places in a hotel in the middle of the night. And that night, it was around 2 or 3 in the morning, He called me. It was in December, last year, for Christmas. All I heard was in my heart knocking. Not knowing what it was, I kept ignoring it through that whole night. And each time I ignored it, it came back stronger and stronger. Knocking. Wanted Him to come in because it was my time. Because He ordained everything from the beginning to the end. He knows everything where you are going to be. Everything. It's like today, you're here because He ordained it for you to be here to listen to this. When I knew it was Him, I stopped what I was doing and I looked towards the window. And He said, I knew it was Him. I was like, okay, Lord. He wanted me to say these words, give my life to the Lord. It took me a while to say that. I got up, I crawled to the bed. I was shaking because when you're in His presence, your flesh cannot hold to stand in His presence. It shakes. I went on my bed, I started to cry. But I was still waiting for Him to say those words. After I said those words, they let everything go. There's no one give my life to the Lord. My dad was right there. That whole night I cried and cried. That's when my life changed. My life changed from there on.
Did it?
After I gave my life to the Lord, religion attacked me right away. Religion is working against us and the people made in flesh and blood. There's wars against principalities, powers, and rulers of darkness of this world, and spiritual wickedness in heavenly high places. And it's in the midst of us. That religious demon, spirits attack me right away to fall into the religious ways. I started going to church. My auntie started taking me to church after she knew I gave my life to the Lord. It was with those people that those demons were using. People who are still living in the world, one foot in the world and one foot in the church, watching TV, all that ways, on their cell phones, gossiping, talking about one another, judging, condemning each another. I started to fall asleep into that place, into their way, because I was always around them. And the spirits rub off when you're around them. Start to rub on, without you knowing it. Because you gotta know, spirits are real. They're everywhere. You guys are just too blind to see it from that hate. I started to fall asleep into that place. They were all talking about this one person I did not know. They were all condemning him for something. They gave me a name, but I never knew the person. And I started to hate on that person. People who knew him were already all hating on him. And each time, it's like they tried to get to me, hating for that person, there's always something telling me, no, that's wrong. Not knowing who it was, it was just the Spirit of the Lord telling me where I was going. And through all of that, He started to scare me in my dreams, because the way I was going to I was falling into a ditch, because if the blind is blind, they fall into a ditch. And I was slowly going to that ditch, not knowing where I was going, because there was really hate towards me and hate towards another brother. Because if a man hates a brother, he's in darkness even coming out and knows not where he goes. It's like one of His commandments, thou shalt not murder. And that murder is hate towards a brother. And I started going to this church before I came. That's when I finally met that person. Everyone told me who he was, but I didn't know it was him. Because To me, I thought this person was old. Why everyone hated him. Until they pointed him out. Then I started to fall into that place. I started calling him names behind his back and all that. Still living one foot in the world and one foot in the church. After time passed on, I went back to that same church, and there was that person sitting in front of me, sitting there, and all my mind was just thinking, like, turning my head to make me hate towards him. But I just kept ignoring that feeling. And then when I saw him grow up, I was like, who's this guy? Because man, when he went up, he grabbed that mic, he took authority over. That was the first time he ever spoke to, like God ordained that for that to happen. And the first time he spoke with authority. He rebuked that hate in that church, that principality in that church. He spoke like a lion. I was just like, cool. And knowing everyone was up, we all got convicted and sat down with our heads down. From that, I was like, I wanted to know who this person was. My sister knew him. She talked to him. And I was determined why everyone was hating this person. Until one time she finally took me to him, because I was so determined to know the word. She was telling me that he knew things in the Bible that nobody knows. He knew a lot. And I wanted to know things that were happening to me and why. Until I finally went to that place where he was. She introduced me to him. It's like, and when I went there, it's like I've been here before. See, like the Lord will show you things to come before it happens. And I already had that gift before. Knowing I had it. I was always looking around. Things were falling into place as I see it now. Early on, I started going there every day, reading the Bible, studying. Still not knowing why people were hating him until he started teaching me and studying the Bible with me about the things. Showing me why people were coming after me. Because in the Bible, everyone came against Jesus. Everyone. Because he was that light of the world. That light. People are so wicked these days. Even turn your ears from the truth and someone's giving you testimony. He started to teach me things, and I received something too from that day on. I already had it. Jesus said, I'll pour out my spirit upon all flesh. People keep saying that, and it's already been here since 2,000 years ago. People don't realize that His spirit has already been poured out. We all have Him. We just need to learn how to use Him. You need that person to teach you those things. You just gotta learn, start reading your Bible. Things. I started to learn all that. The more I got into it, people started coming against me, making me think this person was brainwashing me. So still this day on, people are still saying that. And they all claim to have something that they don't have, man. I receive something for real. And I can't take that for granted. I made up my mind that I want to serve the Lord. But going through all that stuff, Jesus said it will be difficult. It will be difficult. Jesus said, if they have prosecuted me, they will also prosecute you. If they have kept my sayings, they will also keep yours. It's not because we first chose Him, He chose us, and I've been this from the beginning. His life is amazing. As a baby Christian, people say that all these things, and they condemn you and judge you for all these things because you're just a baby Christian. They'll say you don't know anything. But Jesus said in St. Matthew 11:25, I thank thee, O my Father, that has hid these from the prudent and the wise and revealed them unto babes. Baby Christians like me, I know so much that's still not a lot. There's still lots of stuff to learn in the Bible. Things people need to know. Because there's steps. There's steps to coming to this the Word and how to be saved. There's things we need to go through because the person can't change overnight. It takes time. That's why in 2 Peter he says he gives us time to be saved. At a time, because we all go stuff because of this flesh and makes us want to do things that we don't want to do, but we end up doing them because we already have given birth to that sin. That sin will dwell with us. We're in the flesh, but if you walk in the Spirit.
You know what Ira is talking about? There's a scripture in the Bible that says that we're to walk out our salvation, and he's obviously a testament to that for the struggles that he's gone through. And if you've been, moved at all by his story, as I was when I first met this young man, I'd encourage you to catch up with him on the side here. He would love to just talk with you and explain a little bit more of some of the journey that he's gone through. Our purpose this evening is to introduce you to these guys and their story, and by all means make yourself available if you want to know more about his journey, where he's at right now, and where he feels he's going. But please, at this time, give a warm round of applause for Ira. Thank you so much.